And hello and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the TORNA expansion. Last time was before my computer's solid state drive went and rack. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really uploaded much lately. This is actually the first time I've got this set up again, and I'm
Nighttime. I do love a bit of peace and quiet.
I want to rest now.
I am currently in a stage where this technically would be a test stream to see if any issues pop up. Or sorry, not stream. Test recording to see if any issues pop up with having to reconfigure everything. Honestly, I don't remember if I had a lot of stuff configured in my previous stuff, so I guess we'll figure it out. Admittedly, a lot of any hiccups came from the overall process, not necessarily the recording previously, so there could be stuff that show up in the actual video that goes up that isn't there because of the recording itself. I am also, as a general FYI, typically not actually going, well, I took a little bit of a break. It was a bit of a, I'm constantly trying to get stuff out, everything getting busy, especially in life, because life is fun. I am not pressuring myself to getting to this, basically. I got my, I got my computer basically up and running where I could have potentially done this, a few days ago, and I was like, but I don't feel like it. So, now that I do feel like it, let's do this. Hey, Laura. I honestly can't stand those sorts of environments. Would you mind going in my place, Jin? If you'd, ask me to go practically anywhere else, I'd be fine, but that ship, no way. Oh, not yet. Okay, then. I'll wait around here a bit longer. Oh, okay, so we can get them back in the party? I will accompany Lady Laura. If Lady Laura is going with you, I'll gladly do the same. Well, I was planning to go kill the thing first. It's interesting that it gives me that choice more than anything.
I'm crossing my fingers.
Why, hello, this is starting to get crowded. Okay, everyone has new stuff? Oh my, that is quite significant. Yeah, I'm getting more and more of a feeling that we're not going to be able to, pull blades via the gacha system, basically. I actually like that. I thought that was a really good addition. For a DLC, I totally get it. I totally get not including it. That makes perfect sense, gotta be honest. At the same time, I do like that. And I hope they keep that sort of thing for the future. I think they need to refine it, but I like the idea of having sort of an element of randomness to what sort of element you get towards the game. It sort of customizes your experiences in a sense. It makes your playthrough through the game a little bit more your own, and that's what I really liked about it. That's the element that I thought it added a lot to. In the same way, in Fire Emblem, Three Houses, when I was playing through that, some of the things I really loved about that game was the customization aspect of it. And how the fact that you could get these different students that you trained up into soldiers and whatnot, and you could train them up in whatever way you wanted to. Make their specialties whatever specialty you wanted to. They had stuff they were inclined to, but you could do things in any way you wanted to, as well as adding on the fact that you got random level ups, and that's just like a Fire Emblem thing. You got random level ups, so they became better or worse at stuff based on how the level ups went, so you sort of adjusted to that in every playthrough. Is a bit unique, and that's the thing I really liked about that game. And it's that same sort of thing with that system here in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's what I really liked about that. The collection part of it, I mean, I'm not that much of a collector, but I guess it wasn't too hard getting what was essentially all of them. Some people told me there was more that you get in the New Game Plus that you can get. I don't really care about that. I'm not actually a completionist. I just, if I have an opportunity to finish out something, especially something I had done that much of, I'm not against it. So he does machine type stuff. Neato. Perfumes. Interesting. Okay, he's the actual cooker. Got it. Got it. I'm just gonna make some of these. I'm gonna make the ones of these I can for now. I'm not gonna use probably any of them.
Maybe I missed a step.
Missed a step. Sure. Oh, I suppose he was cooking home cooking
Just taste
versus cuisine. Okay, I get it. That's cool. Looks like you've got your hands full too, Hugo. I hadn't expected you to be pursuing the Aegis independently. We will not allow him to escape our grasp. If it comes to battle, then better to face the Aegis with the sturdiest of blades. Blades like Bridget, and Aegean. Yes, you're right. First, we must head to the location that we gleaned from the 4th Decade's intelligence. Perhaps something there will reveal the path forward. If the Aegis does bar our way, would you assist us in battle, Adam? Believe me, that's always been my intention. My only fear is that we don't have the capability to stand up to him just yet. Well, you better work. I was thinking she was going to say, like, but you have me. We're obviously already up to it. Well, you better work out where to get some of that capability, and fast. The Aegis seems quite commanding, doesn't she? Oh, tell me about it. Interesting. I wonder where she developed that arrogance. Like, I get the idea of her position, she'd probably gain a bit of that. I wonder how much knowledge she woke up with and how much of it was, like, people being like, ooh, you're so powerful, and she's like, yeah. Was there an upside to actually going to sleep? I don't remember. Because there's that sleep option. I don't remember if they actually mentioned there being an upside, because your health, like, and everything comes back. It's not like it doesn't regenerate normally. Okay, what are your arts like?
Stay with the flow.
They seem different. Obviously I'm using sword whips. I am me after all. Yeah, that's like her level 1 art. I wonder how many animations they reuse. Okay. She's a very stationary fighter. She does not move around. I suppose she spins a lot. She doesn't have this sort of like... I guess it makes sense with a whip, right? Like, Morag actually had a bit of a jerky movement to how she fought with them, because she fought with them like they were swords. She seems to use them almost exclusively as whips. At least on my very early impression. Sword whips are awesome. I'll never get tired of them. I don't know. More games having sword whips. Maybe that's why I like Fire Emblem in this. That's the sword whips. That's the main thing.
What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
No reason. Just thought I should mention it.
Okay, might as well try with more people, yeah?
The Empire.
They shall face the wrath of the Jewel of Morardain.
Will the Wisp.
Might as well try at least. Okay, come on. Oh, so that's defense as long as I use it? Interesting. It is... something's happening. Is that the thing that... Oh, that's the thing. I don't think I can do anything about that. I don't think I can do anything about that. Do I have a way to get rid of that? Because I had to use like the Monado to get rid of that in the like base game. If that's what I remember it being.
You make that mistake twice, and we're done.
There's no time to delay. But still, we need
Again,
a new strategy.
is there a way for me to deal with that? Because, yeah,
put me to
that
bed
feels
with
like something I remember only briefly, and I had to use the Monado to purge that. So, okay. So we're searching for... Oh, maybe that. A big Scorched Mark. We're searching for a big Scorched Mark. Tell me, you finally found the uninhabited Titan? Oh, that's right. Made it there without a scratch. The map, the Bard's song, the Elder's legend, it was all true. Are you talking about... what was it called? The one that was near the World Tree? Ah, I wish you could have had some of that fun after you bonded with me. No fair. Of course, back then, I had no idea that I'd be the driver of the Aegis someday. Not a clue. Did we even know what Aegises were? I'm thinking probably not. And I also had no idea that I'd end up with a blade who was so hungry for experience. I mean, I prefer it when you have something interesting to say. I choose to take that as a compliment. Well, sure, it was hardly boring discovering that legendary uninhabited Titan. The natives gave us a fine chase. It's not uninhabited then. What? Are you talking about the monsters? Natives? I thought you said it was uninhabited. Well, to be precise, we didn't meet any humans there. Just some monsters of the Arachno, Antle, and Skeeter variety. Oh, cool! They were pretty huge specimens, too. Must have looked extra tempting appetizers to them. We must have looked like extra tempting appetizers to them. There really were quite a lot of them. We were lucky to get off the Titan in one piece. Ah, a fine recompense when an adventure is hot. So your plans to build a holiday villa there came to nothing. Oh, it's more than a little tragic. Well, I mean, that wasn't the primary aim. Perhaps I didn't get a material reward, but I certainly got a spiritual reward. Things didn't work out quite so well for my playmates, though. How so? It was a kind of paradise for insects, but I heard later that it was laid to waste by someone or other. The way of humans are often cruel. What's done is done. It was a time of war, and they had to find a place for some refugees. But the monsters couldn't have grasped that. They probably just saw arrogant humans wrecking their home. Ah, the telling of it falls hard upon my ears. I wonder how many of the, I suppose Titans themselves go through a cycle too, so it's not like certain species like humans or whatnot would have popped up on a specific Titan. Your Majesty, forgive my interruption. But this appears to be a location mentioned in the report. Yeah, big Scorched Marks. I'm not sure what was here to scorch. Ah, so we're here already. The journey past is the blinking of an eye, thanks to Adam's enchanting tales. If your servant's humble recounting was able to relieve your imperial tedium, truly the most blessed of men am I. Well, that was a weird sentence, but... Oh, I do wish you'd cut it out, Adam. I think he's teasing him, but still. I am not your better, and you should know it. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that, Hugo, old friend. Now then, Mithra, I'd really like to get your opinion on this, as Aegis. Yeah, it's pretty dead. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this isn't Malice's handiwork. How did you come to that conclusion, Mithra? Malice's attacks would have melted the earth and turned it to glass. But whatever did this only scorched the grass. It can't have been such a high temperature. That is a very wise deduction. We're lucky to have you for an ally. I offer my apologies to you, all for leading to this disappointing conclusion. Nay, Aegion, we could not have known without further investigation. With each possibility we discard, we move all the closer to our goal. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Thinks a lot like me. In a lot of ways. Everyone, look there. When did that get there? We were literally just looking at it and there was enemies there. Oh, that's a big one. Indeed. We cannot let it run riot. Just think of the damage it could do if it got to Lasham Cove or Settlement. Everyone, get to it.
It has us in its sights.
Sure. Can't be as hard as a self-buffing named enemy.
You shall not prevail.
I feel close to you. Snowflake. You're wide open. Waiting for your go-ahead.
I will cripple the enemy. This is how it works. Let me magnify that for you. Lightning Buster.
Well, I'm hoping. There we go. Oh, it went down before I get to 3.
It
Oh.
was me who got to you, Mithra.
A fire-spewing monster. That's a good thing we had a G on an hand, and we never used him. Perhaps it's bold of me to say, but I've dealt with worse. Well, it seems safe to assume this was the cause of the burn marks. I would never have dreamt that such a foul fiend could have lain in wait so close to Torgoth. Maybe it was driven out of its original home in a territorial dispute. I've heard that happens from time to time. Yeah, maybe. Or more likely, some human source smashed its home up. We call them monsters, but to them, we're the monsters. Indeed, it must be thus. Well, not necessarily. There are lots of possibilities. Well, maybe more the idea that we are monsters. The day shall dawn while man's exploitation of the Titans will bring us all to ruin. Perhaps that dawn is already upon us, though. Well, we've got quite a bit of time until... Ooh. Hello? Is that oh yeah, I think that's him. Has Malus gone rogue yet, I wonder? Because there was that whole point of it.
Interesting thing you've got there.
Malice, enough.
It's all right. Indal's most sacred treasure, the Aegis. It is said to be the embodiment of the Architect's light, the divine revelations our founder Maldonare received.
Really? Then... That's what I will be called too. After
I was about
all,
to say.
I am born of divinity, not just some reflection.
You believe yourself so strong?
Don't you?
I was about to say, is that where the name came from?
Your
And then they were like, yeah,
situation
okay.
doesn't look good. Boltrick is not going to let it go. And you can't hide behind the Praetor forever.
That has nothing to do with you.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here.
Well, we're actually getting a notable amount of significant characters in this
Here.
Indalese race, or did they have a different name? I don't remember. Fuck, I don't remember the race names.
What is this place?
It's a very tasty secret, formerly known only to the Praetor and me. The essence of our Judician forebears, originally salvaged from the bottom of the Cloud Sea. Some of it may hail from the fabled land of Moritha.
Moritha?
Look. This here display is a diagram of what human cells are made of. And then this one here is a blades.
Astonishingly alike.
Of course. After all, they are descended from humans too. That in and of itself isn't too shocking. But this...
It's the same, isn't it?
Just wait.
That's a core crystal.
Exactly. A blade's core crystal contains information not only pertaining to humans. It also records schematics describing all manner of animal tissues.
You're saying blades contain detailed information of all living creatures?
Not just that. Have a look at this undeveloped part. That is from a Titan. It suggests that this particular piece may one day develop into a Titan. Isn't it mind-boggling? A message from the architect, no doubt.
From the architect?
Indeed. This is just what you were after. I wish to investigate this and learn more of what the architect has in store for this world. And perhaps claim this knowledge for our own.
Including the Praetor?
Perhaps. Isn't this in line with your own goals? Well then, I may as well help out.
So they just figured all that shit out right off the bat hundreds of years ago, and no one told anyone, so no one was able to be like, well, this is how it actually is. Obviously, they don't get, like, the historical implications of it that we gotta explain. But man, that's a big chunk of it, ain't it? I believe that concludes my mission. Shall we head to the flagship? Fine by me. It's a good place for us to exchange information. Oh no, sorry, that's not Jin. Fine by me. It's a good place for us to exchange information. It's currently moored at Lasham Cove. Then to Lasham Cove we go. Should we pick up, maybe we should pick up Laura now. Force her to come onto the ship with us.
Great. Another problem solved.
We gave her enough time to figure that shit out, right? Well, no, I'm not gonna... I feel like I've given her enough time, because it's been, like, over a week. Personally. I feel like I've given her enough time, at the very least. Okay, you've had over a week. Come on. Supposed to be on the move. Will be removed from the party if you approach the flagship. If you want to re-add Laura to the party, return to Torgoth and speak to her. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that What you're saying is that we can use her, but we can't really like use her. The story still has to play out like the story.
What could be inside? A most dangerous. My apologies, Your Majesty.
Admittedly, I did not look at what
can
the
take them on a
level
bit
was.
We'll avenge ourselves next time.
It's just like I was just like running to the thing that's like there's like a quest over there, and I was like, okay, I'll take a shortcut through the thing, and then I just look to the side. There's this thing jumping around. It's like, oh, okay, that's dead. Fuck. At least it wasn't a big gorilla. That would have been unfortunate. Listen to woes. Something about crust tip. Oh whoa, oh whoa, oh whoa, oh whoa, oh whoa, oh woo 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 woo. You want me to kill something, I think. Oh, is the rival a monster? Are you sure? Let's kill your monster. What do you figure the chances are it's like a level freaking 30 something, because this whole thing is yep, it's a level freaking 30 something. Maybe not now though. This whole area is like level 30 something. But the quest was on the map anyway, tempting me. Just so much. Jin, worried about being away from Laura. Hey Laura, aren't you just over? Of course I am. Perhaps I bear some responsibility in this matter? No, it's not that, I just... Pretty unusual for you to get rattled, Jin. I understand your feelings, Jin. Well, you needn't worry. At any rate, we should probably get ourselves over to the flagship as soon as possible. And when we finish sharing information, we can make our way back to Torgon. Sounds good. I feel like we should take care of this pronto for Jin's sake. You only sang that because you can't stand dealing with the stuffiness yourself. A sip it, Milton. Milton, best character. Laura's right there. I see they didn't take for account that option. We're coming along until you go to the flagship, but the story won't acknowledge it.
You could put me to better use. Eternally devoted servant.
I did something to kill enemies, and he's talking about ether.
Much
Admittedly,
appreciated.
people have told me that doing the side quest is like basically required in this. And my response to that design decision is, fuck you, game.
I'm glad we could be of help.
I'm doing this like additional story. I'm doing this sort of content for more story, not more side quests.
Sure.
Like the side quests there, fine, whatever. That's whatever. You had time to develop that, sure. If people just want to keep playing the game, that's great. Making it required for a DLC add-on, outside of like the bare minimum of doing like some side quests, considering what people have been saying that you have to do a bunch of them, that sounds like a dumb decision. It sounds like they wanted to inflate the playtime of it, not that they actually thought that you needed to do the side quests for some reason. I don't know. Just seems silly to me. If it really ends up that way, I'll end up forming my own opinion, but you know, that's what people have told me to expect, so I'm expecting it now. Huh, there's a master ship over there at the port. Ah, yes, that would be the Ardanian flagship. You're kidding? That's yours? Makes sense. You want to make a show of your nation's might, do with a big boat. Why don't we all board? It'd be a shame to leave some of us waiting outside. Oh, no need, really. I'm terrible with stuffy environments, and all the noble food doesn't sit well with me. We could have the cooks recreate some of your country's cuisine if it would please you. I appreciate the sentiment, Hugo, but I'll pass. Come on, Haze. Right here, Lady Laura. Aww. She's not gonna get used to it anytime soon with that attitude. Oh well. They did tell me that I'd be forced into it, so oh well.
Can we use this?
Oh hey, look, a normal blade. My driver looks like an overgrown furball, but he's recently seasoned. Oh, you're that fucking guy. I think he's gone in over his head this time. The job's too much for him to handle. Looking around for drivers with a good track record to be able to join him. I can tell just by looking at you folks that you aren't some lousy Sunday drivers. You must have seen some real combat. Interested? First, I want to see how you measure up in a fight. These are the rules. Second stage, blade combo. Say about 5 times. You mean just getting off to the level 2? Doesn't matter which elements you use. Just do any special, and then any other one that's level 2 or about 5 times. I've done that so much at this point. Whatever. Yeah, I don't mind stuff like this that you're going to do anyways. It would be nice if you didn't have to accept it. If you didn't have to accept it, then do that. Hitting an enemy with a special begins a blade combo. Blade combo consists of 3 stages, and finishing requires to move them through them in order. The first, second, third stage of the blade combos require you to hit the enemy with a special that's at least level 1, 2, 3 respectively, and link them up. You can also link up other team specials when a team can use a special combo request will appear in the order. You continue with the blade combo all the way through stage 3 and specials of any element as long as you keep the level requirements. There are some fixed rules. These critical routes number 16 in total, and they're composed of a particular sequence of elements, fire-like. I will be honest, I don't remember them that well. There are some of them that if you told me them, it's like, oh yeah, that's the one. I don't remember them like I could just probably do them in battle easily. And I sort of feel like this system's set up in mind with the idea that you've played the original game so much that you just have them memorized at this point. A finished critical route will trigger special animation and cause extra damage, so be on the lookout for the other 15 special elements sequence. One of the nice things about the original game is that they told you. It may have been more limited, but they did tell you exactly what you needed to know. You didn't need to keep, like, the chain information in there. Oh, okay. Are we just gonna go in, or can I walk around this place a bit more? I'm guessing we just went in.
Right. So it was the Cian forces that ravaged this area.
Yes. Many troops remained here with no orders after Malos sank their homeland. We're doing our best to disarm them, but... well, you've seen the village. Sadly, it's happened more than once.
The powers that be bicker among themselves, ignoring the larger danger.
And right now, that is the one thing we cannot afford.
I will go take a look.
Incidentally, how has TORNA been faring?
I'd like to tell you that the people bask in the peace of His Majesty's rule. But I'm afraid that would be a lie.
Same as everywhere else then, yes?
TORNA has not escaped Malos's rampage unscathed.
If that is so, allow me to offer you the Imperial Army's assistance in this time of...
Don't worry about it. This is exactly the reason why Indol entrusted her to me.
Indol, then? Huh.
Ah, so you came. The future king of TORNA. I'm glad I thought to send a messenger.
King, don't joke about it. Rumors like that could cause trouble at home.
I am merely a quester. I hold no such influence.
I quested today, but tomorrow?
The core's color is different. And she's a woman, too. Quite lovely indeed. Malos was all brawn and brutish strength.
You worried?
No, quite the contrary. Everybody knows a blade's appearance bears no relation to their power. You could be the heroine of our resistance.
No, I won't be anyone's anything.
That's fine now. I have only one thing to ask of you. To rectify the mistake I made and erase Malos from the face of the world.
So that's why the returning hero, pacifier of the Borderlands, was really just...
Never before has a blade broken free and rampaged like this. I can see why Indal would prefer to keep it quiet. They're even routing support to the militia through Argentum for deniability.
And then towards you.
I'm just some princeling. Me.
Surely, if you defeat Malos, your cover will be blown.
If indeed. But we're not in it for the glory, are we? When we're done, I'll just plow my fields in peace.
Your Majesty, some of our troops have returned to base, but
Is something wrong?
they're all reporting something strange. A marauding group of routed mercenaries, trying to avoid any attention.
Just remnants, hmm? That is strange. There's not much around here for them, in the way of paid work or opportunities for looting.
As your Majesty commanded, our men did not engage. We confirmed their bearing, then withdrew.
And? Where were they going?
The village outskirts.
But why there? There's nothing but graveyards.
Ooh.
What the?
Oh no.
Well, yeah, Lord's there. But, why would they go there? Because
At first, I
People
thought to
they-
take it. But I'd made it for her, and I'd like her to keep it forever.
So, the bitch is dead, is she? Shame. I had a soft spot for her.
Oh, fucking him. Okay, I get that now.
Ha! Guess you learned how to use a weapon at least. Big change from a tiny kid trying not to piss herself in fear.
You're... No! God.
You remember me? How touching.
A face that ugly, I couldn't forget. Trust me, I tried.
Harsh.
What do you want? Not that I can't imagine.
I'm here to take back what's mine, kid. But before that, I'll take a bit of time to express my gratitude to you. It ain't gonna be pretty or quick. Then I'll make that blade watch as I cut you into little sticky chunks, just to make sure the last thing he feels is complete despair.
I'll hold them up. You get to the others quickly.
No use. Hayes, he knew about you. He brought no blades, just more mercs.
Exactly. Don't worry. I'm gonna treat you real good before I get to the cutting.
Okay, am I actually just gonna be fighting as her? Yay! Well, let's go.
You're not so tough.
Putting the win under our belts? We can do it if we work together. I got it.
Let's see. I don't know how strong they are.
Right on target. Right on target.
one. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is very doable. They definitely made this very doable. Oh, whoops. Did that a little early. Oh, shit! Shit! Why did I do that? Oh, I'm so dumb. He starts to use a strong attack as soon as... Oh, no, I can do this.
It's good to know your
I can do this.
limits,
I
though.
decided to get fancy at the end. I want to get fancy. Why did I try to get fancy? I blame not playing this for like a week. Or not playing it much even before I took like a week off from playing it.
Unbelievable.
There we go.
Not working.
Okay, I won't do the stupid thing this time, where I half my health just because I wanted to do something weird and sort of impulsive. Okay, enraged, I see that now. Okay, that I see what got me last time. Yeah, I could have done that. I was so stupid last time. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry.
You're starting to piss me off. Oi! Surround them so they don't get away!
My lady, you have to go.
It's all right. He's here.
Just hear the from a distance.
You bastard! No!
So much for that being a long term. Ooh boy. With soldiers. Holy moly. This is what you call a bad plan.
Had enough. What's next then? Right leg? Or the left? Or how about...
Enough. That's enough, Jin. Just leave him. For my sake.
So I'm gonna assume that's not her father, or they're just so fucking on bad terms they don't even think of each other as family. Like he was just some person that was like, quote unquote, an old family friend that was there.
So you let him go?
In the flashback.
Even without his arms, he may cause you more trouble one day.
I didn't want to end it here. He might deserve it, but he did take care of my mother, so... Let's go back. I suppose I can bring myself to step foot on this flagship after all.
Well, he became a not real large threat, really.
Ah! My arms! My arms! Bastards! I'm gonna kill them! Every last one of them!
Some shitty troops following him to arrest him if they haven't caught up to him by this point. Ooh. Uh-oh. So he lost both his arms. They did not show that clearly before.
Huh? The hell are you? Stop it!
My goodness, those button eyes more than anything freak me out. Okay. It's, I guess, just interesting. He's just going to be used as a pawn later, basically. So, it sounds like what essentially is happening is Indal is... Malice went off on his own, and Indal's like, oh, well, we could take advantage of this. While also trying to play both sides. It feels like that's basically the explanation over what's happening. And they're still doing it.
Also very.
And if there are any consequences for it, if there are any consequences for it, it's 100% going to be something that gets covered up too. It probably leads to what, Amalthus was his name, right? Becoming greater.
Nature makes a fine ally.
I will also note, in those cutscenes with Amalthus, he seemed strangely stiff in comparison to what I remember from, like, the main game. Well, here we are. Welcome aboard, my honored guest. It's funny. I was expecting it to be all glitz and glamour, halls of gold, diamond chandeliers and all that. But there's nothing like that here. I like this much better. Oh yes, the cold military aesthetic is so much more welcoming, for sure. It all depends on the country. Some of the nobility like to travel in style, and believe me, they don't go halfway. Moradane, on the other hand, is a military state. They take a more pragmatic approach. Just as their emperor must be a masterful driver, so their diplomatic vessels must be armed for war. That is the Ardanian way. So long as its mission is not a covert one, every flagship under our command must be a throne I may ascend. And if the leader is the first to fall, what then? Jin? It's alright, Lord. He makes a valid point. That is precisely why Gian and Bridget, the jewels of the Empire, have been bestowed upon me. Your Majesty. We will do everything in our power to protect you, Your Majesty, even at the cost of our lives. I am blessed to have such loyal companions. But you don't have lives to lose. Your blades. That's not how the system works. Your Majesty, we have urgent news. At least they don't have lives to lose relative to him not dying first. His Majesty is currently entertaining guests. I would entreat you not to incur his displeasure. My humble apologies, Your Majesty. It is quite alright. I trust this is news of special importance. Please, give us your tidings. Of course, Your Majesty. As you know, we've applied stricter regulations to our scout patrols in light of the recent tragedy in Torgon. Well, one of our patrols happened to be a young Gormati near the camp at Seagull Fell, but they lost track of him. So, you think he might be a survivor? We believe so. We can send out further patrols immediately if His Majesty ascends. I see. I'm sorry that I had to keep you waiting. Please, go ahead. Yes, Your Majesty. I would like for our country to shelter as many refugees as falls within our means. I do hope he can be found quickly. Wait, we should go with them. What for? The army's not exactly short-staffed. Oh, he's just a kid. He'll be scared witness of the soldiers. Of course he's going to run away. Laura's got a point. Very well, let's head out. We would do well to make haste before he strays any further afield. Thanks, guys. You're such a bunch of do-gooders. It's gonna land us in trouble someday. I can do that. It does seem like we're spending all our time making excuses not to get on the ship, but okay. Get a grip, I beg you. What's the use of worrying before you've even set off? No, see, that's the worst part. I thought I'd have the courage by now, it's just... Is something the matter? You seem troubled. Who are you, then? Oh, this is great. Ada, look, we can ask these people for help. I'm really going to go through this all again. If I could interject, why don't you just tell us what's going wrong? We take it from there. Ah, so the light has only become just become a driver. That's right. I've come to Gormat to explore around, hoping you get a bit stronger. And that's why you're asking strangers for help as soon as we arrive. Makes sense. Is that how little faith you have in me? Hey, that's not fair. You know, I just, Well, how about this? After you head off, we'll follow you at a distance. So we can step in if things go get ropey. But it looks like you're managing on your own strength. We'll just leave you well alone. Does that sound good? That does seem reasonable enough. It does? Oh, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I knew we'd end up stepping into something like this. Oh, come off it, Mithra. Come off it. I've never heard that before. Our meeting here was also the work of fate, after all. Before you go, we should establish a clear goal. Can't keep providing you aid forever. For the time being, let's say we'll head for the Serene Springside. It's meant to be somewhere nearby. Hayes, any ideas? I've heard of it. I heard it is somewhere on the Titan's back. It shouldn't be far from here. Right on. In that case, we're off. Time to move back. Forward. You know what I mean? Well, I'm sure she'll do wonderfully. I'm sorry she got you all roped into this. Here I go. Well, at least she has... At least she has the willingness to do it now. Taking that step forward, even with someone pushing you a little bit, ain't necessarily the worst thing that could happen. You know? Me. Done inciting into doldrums. You've not delivered quickly, partly shared for the lead. Many travelers. Okay, something about deliveries. Yeah. Salvage. Oh, no. Maybe later. Though technically I'm more just trying to pick up everything here. Where would happen if we can maintain our strength? We're supposed to be His Majesty's Vanguard, so you want us to do something to help you bolster it. Bit of a bout. No, yeah, I can.
We can take care
make
of
this one active. This seems like something we're doing immediately, anyways.
It has us in its sights. To arms!
Oh my goodness!
Against all assailants.
There we go. It is with Bridget and Laura. Not too demanding. Man, that guy hits hard with the temporary, oh my goodness, temporary damage that you can get rid of. Okay, you're even stronger than you look. Such incredible power. You're the best sniper in the... I'm the best sniper in the Imperial Army, but you made light work of me. You've shown us all up. It's not just your physical strength either. Just the way you fight as driver and blade. The incredible synergy. I get the feeling your true strength lies in the connection that you have. You've shown me the way. From now on, I won't see myself as a lone wolf anymore, but as part of a bigger whole. I think of my friends and all the entertaining people and all the future generations. I'll make my life goal to be someone who's loved and respected by people. By my people. Battles taught me that I really ought to be what I really ought to be aiming for in my life. I hardly have the words to thank you. I am guessing there is something in the lore of the main game where he shows up as someone with a significant footnote in history that you come across.
Thank you.
I feel like they wouldn't make that big of a deal out of it at the very least, if it wasn't.
Mission accomplished then.
Okay. Homesick mechanic. What do you think of the state-of-the-art Ardanian flagship? Pretty nifty. The only downside is that the modern tech makes us mechanics cry. Every time I'm anchored in port, I always have to be busy with repairs. Haven't been home in such a long time. The longer you spend flying around Alres, the more you start to yearn for the taste of home. Oh, you want me to cook something? Maybe later. I do not know if it's basically a collection quest, right? It's basically a collection quest, right? Because you get the recipe. You get the recipe, and then you have to actually get the ingredients for it, and then there's an extra step to it before you turn it in, basically. One thought I had. It does look like we might be able to get another party member in this, based on how that's laid out. I wouldn't be surprised if we're stuck to the 3 in terms of a party, max party, but, oh my goodness, whatever. But it looks like we might be getting a 4th driver to fight with us at least. Well, this is the area at significantly higher levels
everyone. I'm all adventure
than
now.
I am currently at. Don't attack me. Well, here's the campsite at Seal Fell. Now, about that boy. Oh, we're... Whoops. I didn't mean to come here next. Hey, isn't that him? Whoa. Hey, wait, we won't hurt you. We mean you no harm. Please, stay. You won't hurt me? I see you've at least decided to trust us, for now at least. We're affiliated with the Ardanian forces. We didn't come to bring you mischief. We know what happened to Torgath. We have been acting wholeheartedly to protect the refugees. You've escaped from Torgath too, perhaps? That's right. Can you tell us your name? It's Kali. Young Kali. Do you know Lasham Cove? The boat of my countrymen is moored there. Oh, I know it. I know the boat too. It's huge. Will you journey with us then, young man? You can also offer a hot meal. So tempting, right? What's wrong? Don't want to get on the boat? No, that's not... I lost Kelly. I mean my sister. I have to find her. That's important stuff, kid. Why don't you tell us right away? I'll tell you what. You run ahead to Lasham Cove and wait by the boat. We'll find your sister for you. Well, I never. We promise you that, Callie. We'll find her for you. Can I really trust you? Yeah, of course. An idea where we might find the sister of yours. Actually, she likes watching the big boats at Lasham Cove, so maybe it should be somewhere you can see them all coming and going. And perhaps we should begin looking at high up places that overlooks the cove. Okay, I'll wait at the harbor. Please find my sister. Why are you absolutely nowhere near your suggested potential place? I guess he was also running. Oh, something about collecting stuff. Yes, I see scrap in there. seeking a secret. I think there's been a few of these that have been something, 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 something. Okay. Got a few new recipes, right?
Don't spoil your appetite before I'm done. It came together nicely.
Oh no, I already made that. Oh.
It's ready.
Inconceivable pudding.
Hunger is the best spice, right?
Inconceivable is a fantastic. Hunger is a fantastic thing to throw at the.
I know it'll be worth the
wait.
Just taste
I was sort of hoping that these lists wouldn't be long enough to go past and need scrolling when you have this many on screen already. But yeah. What was Kelly's sister's called again? Kelly? Yeah. So Kelly went to look at the boat on her own. I guess. Pretty gutsy for a little girl to travel through the wilds of Gorm on her own like that. She's probably got bigger stones than you, Mick. Shut up, I could do it no problem. Sure you could. You wouldn't do it alone? Obviously I could do it blindfolded. You don't sound too sure. Well, I'll prove it then. Come on boys, play nice. We will, sorry. Nothing started it. Shut it, you! Well, this seems like a lovely conversation to have. Okay, we're going to rest. I legitimately do not know. Oh, leveling up, that's a thing. I forgot about that. Okay. You know what? I forgot that there was a bonus XP thing. I just sort of did not. I forgot about that just entirely. I didn't assume it was in this at the very least. Even if I technically might have done it before. She okay? My stomach is so empty. Need spicy food. Uh-oh. I want to eat super specific food. White hot egg curry. What do I... How do I get that? Oh, you're gonna be here for a while, I think. Yeah, you are. That is, if I get back to it, sort of quest progression. You're gonna make me do a specific crafting thing? No, thank you.
We're not just going to let you walk all over us.
It will be a challenge.
I like the way this is going.
Your enthusiasm is infectious.
You'll answer to me.
How about this?
No blast. Not bad, right? Midnight Mist. You must stop.
I'm not great. We'll be back. We are ready to excel. Something good. Let me magnify Now the real one. I'll give you a hand. Let me magnify that. Take it. I waited patiently. Stay back.
There we go. Okay, I wonder if that's meant to actually be a status that is supposed to make them stronger rather than them just being stronger normally. I wonder if that's actually intentional in that capacity. I don't know, though. That can be very hard to judge how they want you to handle that, especially after I've been told previously I need the Monado to dispel that sort of thing in the main game. I know this and that are DLC, but you know. It also generally helps to have a healer, and I'm sort of feeling like I'm going to have to control Laura because then I can control the healing, which is probably the. I know it wasn't horrible with healing in the main game, the AI. Same with tanking, and I did tanking mainly, but man, we don't have many healing options as far as I can tell. Like, we have haze basically. And that's our healing option. Huh? Who are you? Kelly? Yeah, that's me. How do you know? Oh, my brother. He's a dumbass. Can you take me to him? I want to laugh at him. I want to laugh at him. I guess they're both refugees, so I'm not going to be too mean. A little mean, though.
This is becoming addictive.
It's funny that he was running away from the thing that he was supposedly looking for, basically. That's what I find funny.
I believe I've gained a little skill.
Okay. I refought that specifically as an excuse because everyone else I was fighting just fucking died to me too quickly for me to get a level 2 off to just finish up this quest. I also think I realized a way to understand if it would be a critical one or not. They have special names for like burnout and all the all the special names from the original game are there when it comes up for the prompt, so you can at least know if something will continue down a critical path. So that is useful. That is a useful bit of information there. It's not ideal still, but you know, better than nothing. Good to know, at the very least. Try to make the most of what I can. Oh, look, you have another quest for me. Sure, I don't mind these at all. Further blade coaching. Great.
In troubled times, we help each other.
What do we got? Oh, third stage. Should I just go fight that thing another few times? Because it got easier the second time, that's for sure. Kelly! Kelly! Aw. I can't thank you enough. Careful you don't lose her again, kid. Should be looking out for your little sis, you know. Yeah, I'll make sure that never happens again. It's about actually being level-headed. Never thought I'd see the day. Hey, Callie, you left this behind. I've been holding on to it the whole time. Oh. I thought that was gone forever. Nice one, Kelly. It looks just like Laura's mother's keepsake. Going to guess the situation other people saw, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Can you make one for me? And she's like, okay, I'll try to recreate it for other people. Hey. Mind if I take a look at that? Oh, that would suggest that possibly that wasn't her mother that died. No problem. Huh. How did you come by this? I got it from Auntie Renea. What? My mother? Auntie Renea had another one, but Callie was always hankering after it. She said it was really precious to her and she couldn't let it go, so she made me one that looked a bit like it. She said she was sorry she didn't make it any better. I mean, I don't care about it that much. She made it for me, so it was precious to me no matter what it looks like. I see. Well, take care of yourselves, you two. Well, I guess if there's only two, that means the other one has to be. Okay, I got my hopes up a little bit there. Hey, the way you said that just now, it sounded just like Auntie Renea. Yeah, just like her. I don't doubt it. I'm sure that we could converse for hours, but I'd like to propose a course of action for our new friends here. For us, you mean? That's right. Our vessel here will soon return to Mordain. Perhaps you two ought to be aboard when it sets sail. A wise idea. Things are not so unsettled in Mordain. Mordain, huh? No, I made a promise to Arda. He said he was waiting for us. We can't leave, Gormont. You're right. Thanks, but I guess we can't come with you. We need to stay behind and wait for Dodd to come. Understood. We cannot force you to come. Indeed. If you start moving around now, there's a chance you might miss him. Of course. We'll leave you with some provisions so you won't go hungry. Yeah, okay. Thank you for everything. It's interesting how More Ardain is supplying them with food, when in the modern times, Gormont's basically the food farming place for More Ardain, right? Because More Ardain's dying, right? Something tells me it's urgent. Correct, ma'am. If I may, this information is for His Highness's ears only. You may approach. I see. What does translate to in English? Everyone, may I ask you to reconvene in the boat strategy room later? Something unforeseen, is it? Indeed. I'll give you the details presently. You've received a crafting recipe for Laura. You don't just get them as quest rewards, but also from increasing community or other treasure troves. New recipes let you create items you couldn't create previously, which is enormously exciting! Check them out while camping. I love how it tells me that I need to feel like I'm super excited by it. Whoa.
I'm glad we can
with campsites, I suppose I can literally just jump to a campsite, can't I? I suppose.
That was a nice change of pace.
Perhaps I could even make that food that they so desperately wanted. It's under yours, right?
I know it'll be worth the wait.
Oh, look. Oh. That actually has high requirements. What the hell? What was the other one? One other person did. 2 other people did cooking, actually. Spicy scorpion cookie. Okay, also fairly high requirements. Whatever. Also fairly. He uses Confusion Ivy. Oh no. Smellactite and Clarity. Oh my. Laura, what were you doing as a child that you had these materials on hand to make this charm? Maybe the report that Hugo received has some implications for us. Well, it won't do us much good to stand here and let our imaginations run wild. Why don't we head to the boat strategy room and hear about it for ourselves? Yeah, I suppose. An idea what it'll be about, Therese? Me? I don't really know. Perhaps an Opan had finally declared war on the Turkin. This needs to be an expansion. They need an expansion all about that war. Now, that would be quite something. So wait. Are you placing Nopon and Turkin at the same level of, like, sentience? Why are Turkin considered monsters and Nopon considered, like, normal people, then? Something feels wrong there. Wouldn't it just? I'm just picturing the carnage now. An empty field completely strewn with feathers. Well, whenever that great big dealy pond's over, we should get over there and stuff ourselves a couple of mattresses. I suppose they are both, like, bird type with, like, feathers and stuff like that, right? Or at least the Turkins are. I know Nopon have, like, their ears are like wings, but do they have fur or feathers? I don't remember. Oh, it's good to see you all have such sensitivity to the miseries of war. I'm happy I saw that. That was a fun one. I will go a bit longer because I don't know how much of this is going to get cut out. And
even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Worst case, we have a little community icon. You lot fighting specialized roles, surely? Like one's a defender, one attacker, one heals. Best attacker needs to be out front attacking the enemy until one of them goes down. It's not to say attackers should be reckless. The more you attack an enemy, the more aggro you're going to draw. It's a problem for an attacker. Okay. You're telling me how the, like, 3-key roll system works, and I know that plenty well by this point. Yeah, I'll record a bit more since I haven't been recording lately. I don't know how long this is going to be once everything's got down, but fun stuff.
Thank you all for joining me here. I'm afraid I have important news that I need to impart to Adam.
Oh, yes?
It's about the militia.
The who now?
I've been gathering an army in Uriah. People who've lost homes, families. People who'll make a stand against Malos.
Well, according to intelligence we received, they have departed from Uriah now.
What? Why? Malos' whereabouts are still unclear.
It seems that Uriah has conscripted them all. It's now a special regiment of the Urian Self-Defense Forces.
I thought I'd sorted this all out with the Urian King.
At His Majesty's behest, we have ascertained the position of the moving troops. They are heading to Torna as we speak.
We have established communications, so you can send word at any time.
I mean...
When they get to Torna, tell them to go to a letter. Ugh.
As you say.
He just does not too pleased with that. Is that a person? Did you have them in Arai instead of Torna for a reason? Were they going to get conscripted if they were in Torna? Laura? I've never seen Adam like that before. He's gone off somewhere. It's best to leave him alone, do you think? That's for you to decide. I'll go wherever you go. Right. No, he might need some time. Someone at a time like this. We have to go after him. Oh, it sounds more like politics are fucking with him at the moment. That sounds more like what's happening than anything else. Oh, hey, you two. Master Adam is a kind soul. To even consider making a place for families and soldiers who have lost their homes shows great compassion. But I couldn't help noticing that he looked very pained. The fact that he didn't do it in Torna in the first place seems to be telling about, you know, stuff like that. Adam? Oh, didn't he go out to get some air? You're worried about him, right? You should go talk to him. What, you don't want to go talk to him? Whoa, cool fucking ship. Master Adam? We left the resistance there because we trusted the king. Oh, Laura, how can this be happening? Right. And you didn't trust the Tauren government? Is that what it is? I sense that His Majesty is not quite himself as of late. I cannot blame him considering the terrible events in which he was born witness to. Though he tries not to show it, I've come to understand the workings of his heart. Well, I've never known anyone but this version of him, so... At present, it is unclear exactly what the King of Arai has acted, why the King of Arai has acted in the way he did regarding the Resistance. Let's hope it's just a simple misunderstanding. Well, I guess we'll see. No matter the age, you must always be prepared, lest some conniving rat stabs you in the back. I'm not referring to anyone in particular, you understand. It feels like you are. But it's a story you hear all too often. I'd advise you to tread carefully. Is there something in the... main story that connects to that? I can sort of think of something in the first game that connects to that concept. Was there someone that was a conniving... I don't remember. If the worst here were to happen, my duty is to return... Oh, yeah. That's basically the entirety of you coming along. Mr. Not Morag. Oh, I miss Morag. Oh, that's a nice view.
That wasn't like you.
Huh. You think so?
Yes. I thought you always know what to do. You're never lost.
I wish that really were the case. To tell the truth, I'm always worrying. Ever since I became Mithra's driver, anyway.
It didn't seem that way at all.
Power lends one an air of capability. even more so when it comes to the Aegis. When we first met, we could have burnt you to pieces. Though fortunately, we avoided that thanks to Jin.
Is that why you were away from the militia?
As I am not in full control of Mithra's power. Scores of soldiers could die by my hand. I was frightened. This cataclysm Malos caused, it's likely all because Questa Amalthus was unable to control him. And if that's true, then perhaps I too.
I think she's well aware. Just not so comfortable saying it.
That's your analysis.
Well, I have been with Jin, the paragon of TORNA, for 17 years. I can roughly tell how much of their strength the blade is using, just by watching them. She's making sure you... No, she's holding herself back to make sure she doesn't go that way. Deep down, she's very kind.
You think? That still means I'm just not man enough.
Don't think that way. You'll get used to it little by little. I was the same.
If only time would slow down and afford me the chance.
Yeah.
Everyone wishes they could just grow into their role like that. We should be able to take a ship headed straight to Aletta from here. That's great, but why's it gotta be a passenger ship? Can't we just travel with the Emperor? What's wrong with making a grand entrance? I'm awfully sorry. Though I may be traveling with Lord Adam, I'm afraid my actions aren't officially sanctioned. His Majesty's ship is a war vessel. It would take considerable negotiation before TORNA granted us docking privileges. Figures. That attitude of yours is what gives us so much trouble. You just don't stop to think about the consequences, do you? Honestly, I give up. Oh, that was quick. Behold the mighty Aegis, a wielder of unthinkable power and unparalleled foolishness. Hey, would you get off my case? I didn't even say anything. Oh, knock it off, you two. At the very least, we've got a nice leisurely cruise ahead of us, and that's something. I'm excited to meet up with this resistance, the people who all look up to Adam. Well then, if we're all agreed, let's get on with it and talk to the captain, shall we? Okay, that's probably a decent place to end it for today, isn't it? Feels like it. God, this stupid camera control. Yeah, okay, I don't know when I'm going to record and do the next one. I don't even know if I'm going to get to editing this right away or anything like that. But, yeah, I'm not going to stop. I'm just trying to get back into it in a healthy way. That it's not... I will admit, over the past number of months, it really has started to feel more like a burden than it really should for me doing it. And I had even changed my schedule to try to relieve that. And honestly, I'm not sure that's enough. So, I'm going to get back into it. I'm not sure exactly how I want to go going forward. I'm going to finish the games that I'm playing. I fully intend to keep going with the channel. There's lots of games I want to play on the channel, so... At the same time, it's also one of those situations where you only have so much time. And this is not my entire life. Even as a hobby, this is not my entire hobbyist life. So, it's one of those things where it's just like... How do I do this? Because I've always had this tug and pull when doing these series where it's like, I want to do 3-4 times as much as I'm doing because I want to play all these games. But at the same time, it always feels like I'm pushing myself to a point where, and it felt like I had a good balance before my job and that element of my life just became more intensive, let's say. felt like I had a good balance, but it was between wanting to play all these games and the fact that I just don't have time or the energy to do this so constantly. It's sort of that feeling of really hitting that point in growing up, where it's just like, shit, I don't have time for all my previous hobbies anymore. It's not like I have a kid or anything, but the more responsibility you take on, the less you have to dedicate to time-intensive hobbies like gaming for long RPGs like Xenoblade or Trails or all that fun stuff. So it's the sort of thing where it's like, not only do I choose to do this, I choose to do it in a way where I edit stuff a bunch, so that takes quite a bit of extra time. I also do it in a way where I play games that take a long time, so I don't get to complete nearly as many games. And it all just is time intensive. So, I don't know. I'm not going to stop playing the games I want to play. I play these games not because they're long, but because they're the games I want to play. And I'm sort of just rambling here. I don't have decisions in my head or anything like that, or even great potential options for how to deal with it. I'm more just, this is my first time back, so I find myself rambling at the end of the video because it's like, it's something sort of on the forefront of my mind when doing these, so I'll figure something out. It's ultimately a hobby, so I'll do it how I do it. So, I'll see y'all next time, which will be a thing, obviously. So, I'll see you then. Drive safely, everyone.